There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Saturday, August 30th. Hey, where to start, where to begin, where to end, right here with the Morning Steam as we get you ready here for college football action. Happy week one, everybody. We have a great card today, a lot of games. Who knows how many we'll talk about? Who knows where the steam will come in? We've already had some reports of some steam this morning. There's EPL action underway. I just saw Chelsea score a few minutes ago here, leading 2-0. We got Bundesliga ready to go here in a few minutes. More EPL as well, but we know why we're here today for some college football action here. And get ready, get set, and we'll get started. But we will do a little bit of recap, not too much because we got to get right into the games. But we did have some great college football action yesterday, and kind of to kick off our weekend here over Thursday and Friday, and we'll bundle it up in Saturdays next week. But hey, we had some action last night, and we did pretty good again here on the show in college football. Good morning to Jimmy. He's a new member here. He's not a new, well, he's an old member and he's new. Cash Kane is here. Bobby Mack is ready to go. Nuke says it's ready to fly here on Saturday. Appreciate you, Nuke. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Flea Math is ready to go. Jim is ready to go. Nuke is making a pick on the Buckeyes over Texas. Am I going to be picking Texas? I don't know. We'll get to it. We'll see what happens. Nuke's also got some action in England Championship. I'm watching Middlesbrough right now here in action and some championship play here today. So that's it early on from you guys in the chat. Let's talk about some of the games yesterday. I want to talk a few winners here with some of my plays yesterday here on the show, and hopefully you guys had plenty of winners here as well. Exciting game there, Tarleton and Army yesterday. Just want to mention that one first. It went overtime. Tarleton was a 14.5-point favorite. We said take them here on the show, although we said maybe parlay it up with the under there, but that overtime, that tie game kind of did it in, but Tarleton definitely got it done there yesterday. Auburn and Baylor, we did have the winner here on the show yesterday with the over here. We gave out the over, and I had 38-24. Auburn ran back a kick, 98 yards in that game, and a good appearance here from quarterback Arnold. Ran for 137 yards and 2 TDs there in the Auburn win over Baylor. Hey, Georgia Tech, we had them in the win club. We said take Georgia Tech. You know what? Georgia Tech, one advantage they did have in this game was at coach. Basically at coach, right? Colorado, a little bit of mismanagement there for Sanders there, and that ended up costing them a few other mistakes, but we had Georgia Tech here. And on the win club, they got it done. Haynes King, 45-yard run there for that touchdown with a minute left. That was the big one. Tech, they were looking pretty bad there early on with 3 turnovers, but they outgained Colorado 460-300. We had the winner there. All right, how about a double winner? We had Kennesaw plus the points, and we had a super high roller winner over at Tony's Picks with the under in that game in the 10-9 win. Yeah, we nailed that one. Dickert got his first win at Wake Forest, but it was Kennesaw who got the money there. Wake Forest scored in the first quarter. That was pretty much it. They were an 18-point favorite. They outgained them 350 to 300, but double winner for us there. UNLV routed their Sam Houston. I just want to mention that for the Rebels there. That was one game I kind of whiffed on for sure, but everywhere else I thought was pretty smooth here yesterday, right? We had Central Michigan yesterday here on the show. We also took the under in the win club. We had Appalachian State here on the show yesterday, so another winner there with Appy getting that big win, 34-11 over Charlotte. I know a lot of people are upset with that hijinks there at the end of the game with the what was Charlotte doing there at the end of the game? I don't know. Also, we did have Western Michigan here on the show yesterday, plus 21 points. Did we need it there yesterday when the game against Michigan State? Yeah, they might have, 23-6. But we had the under over there also on the happy hour yesterday as well. And also, let's see, what was it? Central Michigan. Did we mention that one? We had that on the show, and under in Central Michigan, San Jose State. Got to mention that. All right. We appreciate you guys coming in here. A little bit of baseball here real quick. Start of the day. We're not going to recover WNBA. I know that.
Final.
Man, that's supposed to be a good league for me. I can't get it right. Major League Baseball yesterday had some nice winners with the Win Club yesterday. New York Mets and their rookie pitcher over Miami. We also had the over there on the show. We had Cleveland. We had the over and the Win Club. Seattle and Cleveland there yesterday. Winner on the show. Pittsburgh and Boston. Just want to maybe mention a few of these games here with some of the highlights because yesterday Pittsburgh in the game between Pittsburgh and Boston, Paul Skeens, 6 innings pitched. Red Sox led 2-0, but Skeens just 9-9 this season and supposed to be the big, the big stud. Christian Javier was the big stud for the Astros. He threw basically a no-hitter through 6 innings there yesterday. We've got steam coming in right now in the game between Tampa Bay and Washington. Major League Baseball steam right now coming in on the under with Pepio and Irvin. It was 9. We could be heading to 8.5 here, it looks like right now, with Tampa Bay and Washington steam there to the under. We had some added board steam. Let me just get these out real quick. Georgetown and Davidson game total over. This is just some added board steam here from today. And also Fordham plus 35.5. I think they steamed it down to 34. The Georgetown Davidson total was steamed to 56.5. Steam to the over there with Georgetown and Davidson. But we'll talk the big games here in just a moment. Few more on the baseball. On the diamond there, we saw 19-run outburst from the Mets yesterday, as we just mentioned. And Jonah Ring looked pretty good, despite giving up 4 runs. Thought it looked okay there in that one. And we did have a winner, Baltimore and San Francisco, with the Win Club there yesterday. And we had the over there in that one. All right. We need to go get ready and get started here on the show. I know we could recap some more winners, but let me say hello to some more folks, and then we got to get started right away. We'll try to preview probably a dozen games, maybe in college football, just the big ones here. And I think we got everything in baseball, actually. I tried to eliminate some games. The Tampa Bay-Washington game, that was your coverage a moment ago. It's the one game I skipped. I thought every game had a reasonable kind of someone in contention, really. And even Tampa Bay, we know they're in contention, but had to be a little bit realistic there with that because they're the furthest out, I think, furthest out of all the teams. Okay, I want to say hello to the folks in the chat and say who's winning here so far. Bobby Mack, Nuke Worker, Cash Kane, Irish King, Jim Deweiger in there as well. Appreciate everyone in the chat getting me started here on the day. And who else is going on in there right now? I want to say hello to some more folks, including Toucan. He's up there on the board as well. Doge is there, Jermaine, Nasty Nate, and Flea Mathis. Thank you, guys. Hello to Doge in there. Jim said he didn't bet his Sparty last night. Right. And hey, I thought we did a solid there in that one, right, with Michigan State. We basically had, but we had the winner on the show. We had the happy hour winner. Did I mention that? We had the under on the happy hour in that game yesterday over there at Tony's Picks. Robert, also, the unders continue to smash here right now, all over college football. Hard to find many overs, although we did have that one winner with Auburn and Baylor. But, man, it has been under city in college football right now. Just know that here going in. These numbers have been inflated. I don't think there's been some rule change or a bunch of defense. Maybe they're out, with the portal. Maybe the teams are out of sync, but just feels like the totals are high. Maybe everybody's all fired about college football. So Irish King's got his action in here. Nasty Nate says the Red Sox ready to bounce back here today. And thank you to everyone else in the chat. Cash Gain, appreciate you. There's Irish King. Blues trying to wake up. And D-Money is joining us here in the chat as well. All right. Hey, I've got some plays already lined up for you in the Win Club. So head on over to the Win Club. I have 5 games already ready. That's my early release card. We're going to be firing all day. You can expect a couple of updates on all the major sports, including college football, when you subscribe to the Win Club there right now. Head on over there. And right now, just loaded up is the college football early release, but I'll have some more later on as well. As hey, I'm just going to be sitting here watching the games all day. Also, catch me a little later on here at 11:30 Eastern and 8:30 Pacific for my show over on the Nuke the House channel. I lead you right up to the kickoff with the college football kickoff show over there at the Nuke the House at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. I'll cover all the late action and the big games over there at Nuke the House. But don't forget, you get my top plays here with the Win Club. And I've got a 5-pack lined up for you right now, but I probably have a good at least a half a dozen more college football releases coming out here throughout the day, including the later card. And so you'll just want to stay tuned and set those notifications. And you can get those plays for just 50 cents a day when you subscribe for 1 month for $19.95. That supports me here on the channel. Man, really impressed by all the people who signed up here yesterday, and also everyone who let their renewals come in. Man, really pleased that you guys are interested in getting those late plays. I'm hopefully going to give you a bunch of plays right now, a bunch of winners, that is, but you can get more action from me over there at winnable.com.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
So you can get my high volume selections at winnable.com for a very low price. And really, it's just about the labor put in. We talk about 50 cents a day. We're not really selling picks here. We're just giving you more content. Actionable betting information I send to your phone 30 to 60 minutes before kickoff in most cases, sometimes early releases like today's college football. Go on over to winnable.com/Ramon. You'll see me right there, and then get signed up. Got free subscription right there. Get signed up, subscribe, turn on your notifications. There's also some subscription packages there. As I mentioned, you can click with Google Pay, Apple Pay. You know how it all works. Join me over at winnable.com. All right, a few more comments, and let's get started with the show. Jermaine says, get cold in here. And, it's going to be football weather, hopefully soon. Hawaii for Doe says, this is free money. Cash Kane, thank you. Here we go. Get started with the action today. Let's get right to it there. And, there's the winnable. Okay, thank you, Mr. Graphics person. And there's that promo code, Steve. All right, let's take a look here. Get ready, get set, and get started with our early action, 12 noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. We're not going to go through all of them, so you'll see we'll miss some games here and there. Ball State, Purdue. I'll tell you what, I'll throw one in. I didn't even have the graphic up there, but I feel bad, all these early games. This was supposed to be the official start, but I do like Purdue in that game, minus 17 against Ball State. If I can give out one here off the cuff, I guess I'd just say right here. I'll get started with that one. I looked at it and I said, well, you know what? Ball and Purdue, you got a big Indiana battle there. Purdue 17-48. I like Purdue. That'll be the first start of the day there. I'll lay it with Purdue over Ball today. Okay, let's do the real previews, though, here right now. Syracuse is taking on Tennessee here in this one, and you got Tennessee, a big favorite here right now, going up against Syracuse. And for Tennessee, look, you look at it here, and maybe this is a two touchdown game here for sure in this one, but doesn't feel like it's all that special here. This one is being played, however, in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Arena, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You know what I'm talking about there, and. Got Tennessee here, favored, a 2-touchdown favorite here in this one. 8 returning starters here for Tennessee. So they've got a great defense here again for sure. Now, Syracuse is going to be kind of up against it for sure in this one with their retooling here. I just want to say a little bit, it feels like. I think for me, this total, let's see, it's dropped here from 55 down to 50 or so from the openers. Right now it's 51.5, 13.5, 51.5 here in this one. So I think it'll be kind of a defensive struggle in the end, right? Syracuse will probably find the sledding pretty tough against the Tennessee defense that was pretty suffocating in non-conference play over the last few seasons. I mean, they barely give up a field goal in a game in some of those games when the Volunteers have stepped out of conference, especially early season the last couple of years. The talent for the Volunteers may not be there right now on offense, or the rhythm, I should say. The talent's there as usual, but I'd expect Syracuse to have to work for every yard. Probably there'll be some growing pains here. So I don't know. It could end up kind of being a lower score that actually could give the Orange here a chance maybe to get that cover a little bit. Now, Syracuse definitely a downgrade for this season, but let's see what you guys have here in this one as I get started with the show here today. Appreciate everyone coming in for the morning steam. All right, I'm going to the chat here in this one. Syracuse does come in having won 5 of their last 6 games dating back to last season. Tennessee is just 3-6 against the spread in their last 9 games overall. They've won 12 of their last 15. They've won 7-1 against the ACC. We see Chelsea wrapping up their win here just moments ago. Cash Kane likes Tennessee. Wine time, hello. Had a great night last night, wine time at the high school ball. All right, let's see here. Tennessee money line there for blue. Tennessee will run away with this one. Jermaine says, how about Syracuse here maybe? Tennessee on the point spread here for D money. Syracuse will be airing it out, but their defense stinks. I think they're balls or nothing. David McCarthy, it's football season, so you know David's in here. Thank you, David. Good to see you. He's like Syracuse here. Twisted says Syracuse and also the points. And take the under there in this one. And the balls are going to roll here, says Doge. I'm going to grab the points here with Syracuse in this one. Like I said, I think it may end up maybe it'll be a lower scoring game. And then that maybe allows Syracuse here. Look, it's not like they're just throwing in the towel here right now. They've rebooted a little bit. Hey, there's some steam coming in right now on the added board here with West Virginia against Bobby Morris. West Virginia was a 37.5 point favorite. They're up to 38.5. This is another reason why you're here for that. Look, we'd love to try to cover the FCS for you. If you got some FCS coverage, go at it. But we're also in a position where there's a million games. I'm just going to give you these line moves as they come out. And hey, if you're recruiting, if you're studying the FCS, maybe you can get on these moves early or evaluate them for yourselves. But I will say here right now, as we're underway in the Bundesliga, that these are the latest moves, and you're going to see these moves active in real time. We give you actionable betting information here. West Virginia taking the steam right now at minus 37.5 here, up to about 39 now at some of the sharp books. West Virginia on that added board. Okay. All right, we'll keep it going here right now with some more steam. Maybe it'll be all steamy in here. The Minnesota Twins are getting steamed against my Padres. What? Also, just moments ago, this will be our other Tampa Bay coverage. The Rays just got steamed in their matchup with Washington. We already mentioned the steam there to the under. Man, we already have two moves here. Tampa Bay and the under both been steamed. The one game that we're not really covering, but there it is. Minnesota taking some steam against my Padres here, about $1.55. The over already got steamed in that one as well. Minnesota and Padres over took the steam as well. All right, I guess we'll move on from this one. Let me see if we got any more picks here in this game. And Nuke says you can't replace Kyle McCord in there. Jermaine wants the FCS moves. And Shannon Moore, good morning. Thanks for being here. All right, next up. Well, got to keep going with the big ones here. We're covering mostly big games here. You're not going to get fans of, Florida Atlantic and Maryland game. Probably not going to get to you today until baseball season's over, maybe. I don't know how it's going to work out. But, all right, Texas and Ohio State. What needs to be said by me that hasn't been said already this week, right? I mean, everybody's waiting for this one with Manning for Texas, okay, and my man Julian Sayin for Ohio State, okay. This guy's my guy from Carlsbad High School in northern San Diego County. I've watched him for years here, and well, he's not as good as Manning. I'll say that. I do hope he does well. I'm surprised he's fast-tracked himself to the starting position. He was awesome in high school, believe me. Not surprised necessarily. Remember, he balked on his commitment, originally scheduled to go to Alabama, but things are working out in Alabama, if you know what I mean. So why not head up to team up with Day and the Bucks here? Longhorns have lost 5 games over the last 2 seasons. They're obviously number 1 here right now with 11 starters returning. They got some work to do on the offensive line. They've got about 50 starts back on that offensive line. Manning, 2 career starts, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but it's not all about that. This guy's going to be an NFL Hall of Famer the way this guy's going to be going here probably. Now, you do have Texas here. I think one of the interesting things to note about the game here is that right now, I have it listed as a pick'em actually, but I believe here we're starting to see just a little bit of Ohio State favoritism. Is it worth typing in here? I guess I'll put Ohio State. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it here with this game right now, and because I like I'll take Texas in the game today. I'm going with Manning over Sayin, pretty much. In a game like this, I'm going to probably just kind of pin it down to quarterback. And I love Julian Sayin, man, but I do think that Manning, I think this is where they will have the advantage today. It feels like here. Texas 11-7 against the spread, non-conference games since he's been there, although 8-10. Uh, on the road, 8-10 ATS on the road, including conference games. But Ohio State, what can you say? The champs, but 9 starters return. They're more experienced than Texas on their offensive line, but again, inexperience maybe at quarterback compared to Manning as well. So under Coach Day, Ohio State 26-16 against the spread at home. You can't forget that Cotton Bowl also last year. 28-14 OSU won that one as a 6-point favorite, even though the Buckeyes and they were only outgained Texas by 30 yards. Okay, we can go in the chat and see what you guys have if you're ready to go here with the big game. Texas 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. They've won 10 straight games on the road, has Texas, but Ohio State's won 14 of their last 15 at home. Something's going to give here. Texas has gone under in 9 of their last 12. Here we go in the chat. Nuke is on Ohio State. Big Fat Polly. He's there. He's in the shoe. Cash Gain says Ohio State -2.5 here. Harrison the Hustler's ready for football. Blues on Ohio State. Shannon's on the Bucks. Hey, they're going to be at home here with the crowd going crazy. And Nuke says, man, he's going to be in the deer in the headlights. If this crowd, this Buckeye team, well, you know, they're the ones with that championship experience, right? It's for Texas to kind of prove themselves as a contender with Manning first. Okay, and let's see. Irish King says, I'm out of here. Shoot, I forgot college football was today. Robert McCormick is on Texas here. And Nuke says the Bucks have moved to a favorite. Robert likes the over 47 there. And Twisted says, both teams have lost big pieces from last year. Ohio State's full of talent, but just they have new pieces. Texas is in the same boat. Take Texas. Doge says, hook 'em horns. D-Money's on the over. Lando's on the over. And I think Blue may be switching here. Arthur Wesley. Thank you so much, Arthur. It's nice to see you there. And he likes the under in this one. Welcome to the chat all-stars, Arthur. And everyone who does sign up or at least makes a comment, hey, you'll get a free month of plays if you're selected at the end of the show. Free month subscription to my Win Club account here on the Sports Money Network. Cash Gains on the under, Blues on the under. That's it. All right. Going to keep moving. I know that was a big game, but we're going to talk about a few decent ones here. This one, I was like, hey, should we cover this one? We needed to, probably just made it. Probably this one, probably the last one to make it in here with Tulane. Taking on Northwestern here in early day action with the two. Man, and Ramon forgot to put the, let me just update the line. Tulane -5 and 46. There we go. So the Green Wave are favored here in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on Northwestern. This one opened as high as 7, actually, leading into this game. About 7 here, I want to say. Northwestern just 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 games overall. They've dropped 5 of their last 6 coming into the season. Tulane here 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games. They've won 8 of their last 10 overall. Tulane's gone under in 10 of their last 13 games at home. Northwestern went over in 4 of their last 5, and they've gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall. All right, to talk about one of the added games here, James Madison, a 26-point favorite today against Weber State. Let me see if that's currently the line, but getting a little bit of information here, and this is a I believe I want to stall too long on some of these, but the injury reports coming out here, and James Madison, quarterback, Alonzo Bennett, pretty good player, but he is questionable here for this game. So JMU, a pretty big favorite here over Weber at minus 26, but looks like their quarterback. We're going to wait and see right now. James Madison currently 27.5, total 54.5. Okay, maybe get your plays here on this one with Northwestern and Tulane. I am on the over here in this one with Northwestern and Tulane. I know I just said a bunch of unders. Every game's going under here. What is it? What is it right now? Is it like on main board games so far this season? Is it really like they were telling me what it was, and it feels like it's like 24-6 or something. I don't want to quote it exactly, but it is probably over 2/3 of the game so far have gone under. I'll do better with the statistics on that. Let's get through the first weekend, but it's all under so far. You don't really need it tallied up. All right, let's see if there's any plays here with these. Maybe someone in the chat can help me with that, but I promise you. Okay, here we go. Twisted's on Northwestern. Doge is on the under. Lean Northwestern. Cash Gain on Tulane. This one not, too many. There's Jimmy, our new member. Remember, he probably didn't even know we talked about him already in the beginning. Arthur likes another under here. There's Jimbo. Jimbo, who got signed up, Jimbo? If no, let me know. If I don't have your last name, I don't know. But maybe if you didn't subscribe. But you get 1 free month, remember, from your win the other day. You use the promo code WINNER. If you get signed up. Maybe you're already signed up. I don't know everybody who's signed up, but hey, I'm really happy that we got, almost 5 dozen subscribers ready to go here, ready for the season after yesterday. Lando, Northwestern plus points. Last call in this one. All right, we're going to move on. We're starting to get the other injury reports in here too right now. We'll try to pass them along to you, at least the ones that are significant for Purdue. Tight end Buren, he's questionable, and also tight end Grimmett, questionable. Wide receiver Morissette, he is also questionable in that game against Ball State. Okay. All right, Jimbo. Okay, cool. You did get in there. All right. Let me know about that. He used that promo code WINNER. Anybody who wins the contest. Okay, we got to move on. Come on. Alabama taking on Florida State here in this one. And we're off to the 3:30 p.m. starts. We're getting a little more here. Penn State, Caden Saunders. He is out. I think we already knew that, but I want to pass along as many of these as we can here. And Josiah Brown are out indefinitely here, the pair of wide receivers for Penn State. All right, here we go with Alabama taking on Florida State. This is definitely one of the big ones of the day here for Alabama. Look, I don't think it was a down year for Alabama. You bring in a new coach after the following a legend, there are going to be some adjustments, but they still went 9-4. Come on. And, certainly kind of got back to Alabama ball, if not a little bit of newfangled Alabama ball. Look, hey, I was on one of those. They said, hey, who do you like this year to win the national championship? Well, anybody could come out there and maybe take one of these favorites, but I'm on Alabama to win the national championship just because of the price, 10-1, maybe even down to 9-1 here going on. But look, I am a believer in what Alabama has done. They've already proven it in the recruiting, right? Because of the way they're going. Not this year. They might not have the guys this year, so maybe they won't win it. But at 10-1, they're recruiting. Look, they've got a real 5-star quarterback in Simpson. I'm just kidding about saying, but also kind of the way Alabama's done business with their quarterbacks, right? Did they have the best quarterback when they were winning remember all the ways they went through it. But with Simpson, he has a little bit of experience here, certainly. He's not new, but Alabama, 15 starters back. They got nearly 100 starts back on the offensive line. Alabama just 7-12 in their last 19 games as a road favorite, but 17-10 in non-conference games. Just want to mention here, we've got Syracuse wide receiver Johnson. He's out today versus Tennessee. Also a couple more here for Virginia. Wide receiver Harrison, questionable, and wide receiver Harris. He is probable here. He's probable in the game against Coastal Carolina. For Florida State, they went 2-10 last year. Compared to they went 23-4 for over 2 years, and then last year 2-10. Florida State though does have 16 starters returning. They really had problems with the turnovers, didn't they? For Texas, Emmett Mosley, the wide receiver, he is questionable today versus Ohio State. Florida State goes with Castellanos at quarterback. There's a drive, and there's Castellanos at quarterback for Boston College. They have, for Florida State, former Boston College, Castellanos. He's got a lot of experience. He started for 2 years, basically at Boston College. Seminoles have a veteran offensive line for sure, more than 125 starts return. Florida State was 1-6 against the spread as an underdog last season. These two teams have not met in 8 years. So go ahead if you guys are ready. This great game here with Alabama. Take it on. Florida State, want to hear from you in the chat. What do you have in this one? And I'll go to the chat and see what you guys have here. Get the comments coming in. All right. Arthur says, give me FSU. Jim's on FSU. Robert is on the under D money. Roll damn Tide. And Andrew's ready to roll Tide as well. And Lando going under here. And Jimmy's going under here. Jimmy Lambo, and I don't care. I love Jimmy there. And thank you so much. Hey, look, hopefully, even if I don't pick right, I just hope I give you more information than you had before you came in, right? All I'm doing is trying to be Mr. Reporter here, make some great picks, loving the games. And, hey, we're trying to make a living out of it by winning our bets and also providing you with the information. All right? If I could make all the winning bets, maybe I wouldn't do this show. Maybe I would just sit in a chair and pick winners all day. Robert's got FSU. Mike Humphrey's on the Knowles. That's a lot of FSU. Maybe to turn it around this season, or just today, you guys with those points. That's what I'd be most curious about, what you guys think of that. All right. Let's see here. A couple more injury notes. Kentucky running back Dowdle. He is questionable, and running back McGowan, he's probable today against Toledo. All right, that's it from the chat there. I'm going to go under here in this one with Alabama and Florida State. Got to go under here in this one. All right, UTEP, you know who is UTEP tight end Cash Cheeks. I'm serious. He's questionable today versus Ohio State tight end Cash Cheeks. All right. Jim says it's down to a pick-em in that OSU game now. All right. A couple more marginal games here. Look, we're not dealing with the best schedule yet, but I figured this was probably included. What I did do was kind of leave out the double-digit spread games. I know that's where you're supposed to handicap, but those are also not close games here. So I'm kind of picking games that I think are relatively close, I think is the way I'm going about it. Colorado State wide receiver Antwi got an Achilles injury, so he's questionable today versus Washington. You got to wonder about his status coming in here today. Eurobaskets, Estonia just beat Czech Republic 89-75. Estonia is playing pretty well over there so far. All right. And let's see here. Got, UTEP. Take it on. UTEP taking on Utah State here in this one on Saturday. You got Utah State here. Pretty big favorite. They're favored here by 6 right now, and the total 60.5. Got some more injury information. Fresno State tight end Liam and tight end Tarwater, they're both questionable today versus Georgia Southern. So a little bit of news from the tight end room there with Fresno State. All right, let me know if you like the changes in the show, given these late injury reports that are coming into us rapidly here into the morning Steam show. All right. Anyways, for UTEP and Utah State here, we're kind of moving along here in the day. This one is at 7:30 Eastern and 4:30 Pacific time. So I know we skipped a group of games in there, but that's just the way it's going to be here on the first Saturday anyway. So we got to eliminate some of these baseball teams. That's what we got to do for UTEP here. 4-2 against the spread in their last 6. So UTEP has gone 3-12 straight up in their last 15 overall, 1-7 straight up in their last 8 on the road. Utah State 4-10-1 against the spread in their last 15 games over the last season and a half or so. And also Utah State just 3-8 in their last 11. Utah State's gone over in 5 straight at home. They've gone over in 9 of their last 10, and UTEP has gone over in 6 of their last 8 games. The widely reported steam did come in on Utah State here in this one. Utah State has moved from an early opener. Remember, some of these openers had a little longer window than a week. They've marinated a little bit longer because of, getting ready for the season. Anyway, Utah State now is 5.5 or 6, and the total here is 60.5 on some widely reported steam to the over here in this one. So let me know what you have here. I'll go real quick with this game, but I did choose this one. Hopefully I didn't screw anybody up by not choosing your game and you came ready for it. Go ahead and you can put your picks in the chat too on those games. Tulane quarterback Ty Thompson and quarterback Brendan Sullivan are both questionable, so it'll be Jake Retzlaff today versus Northwestern. We already talked about that game, but hey, who do you want in there? Oh, you want a Retzlaff in there today. Wide receiver Jimmy Callaway is probable for Tulane. We talked about that one a little bit already. Okay, here come the picks, maybe a little bit in this one. 9 Legacy says Indiana to cover the spread, Alabama to cover the spread, Iowa State to cover the spread, Tennessee on the spread there, and Purdue. Thank you, 9 Legacy. And Toucan, hey, Toucan, I'm glad he's talking a little. He's talking a little bit about Euro. All right, here's some steam also on the added board here right now. Hampton and Jackson State. Hampton and Jackson State taking a little bit of steam here to the over in this one. It was 56.5, but it's heading higher here right now in this one with Hampton and Jackson State. Here come the Alabama injuries here as tight end Danny Lewis and tight end Josh Cuevas are questionable in the game today against Florida State. All right, also a little more steam here on the added board. William and Mary and Furman. Steam to the under here with Bill and Mary taking on Furman today. That steam just coming in here a few moments ago. Under 41 in that one between William and Mary and Furman. All right. Anyways, I got to get a pick here for UTEP. And Utah State. Like I said, what did I say? 60 here right now. And 5.5 or 6 total. It's about right there, it feels like. All right, here comes get ready to make my call here in this one. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. Anything else? Last call. I'm going to take Utah State minus these points, so let's call it 6 here. I'll take Utah State over UTEP. I'm going to go with the total maybe as a premium here. All right, Andrew. He's ready to go with France and Slovenia today. It says it's got a big game. You got Luka in there today. We did see some movement in that game. I'd want to touch on some of these. This is a great tournament, of course. And let's see what you got. I do have some, man. Okay. All right, we'll just leave it at that on that game. But did see some movement, I thought, in that game. Anyways, we don't have time to go on that. Okay, Robert's on the under here with UTEP. D-Money on the under as well. 9 Legacy says he's got JMU. He's got Utah State in there as well. He's got Texas State on the spread. And I was rattling off there. I don't think he meant San Diego there. Maybe I'm missing something there. Utah State for 9 Legacy. All right, we'll keep it moving here right now. The Morning Steve Show with another big game. That's what we'll do with LSU taking on Clemson here. You got the I like the Tigers. How about you guys in this one with LSU and Clemson? They hold that Tiger. All right. Clemson here right now. Let's make sure we got this line correct. Clemson, they opened mostly 3. They're now 4. A little bit of baseball steam coming in the background. Let me pass this along to you real quick. First, let me get you an added board game here with Abilene Christian and Tulsa. We're seeing some steam here early in that one on an added board game. It's going to be under with ACU and Tulsa here, seeing some steam to the under at 61.5 with Abilene Christian and Tulsa. All right, Miami Marlins just took some steam here as well in their game today against the Mets. They were plus $1.60, but man, the Marlins are heading down here. They're taking the steam with Cabrera against Peterson. We'll cover the baseball here in short order. Put that note in the trash from yesterday. All right. I've got to get to LSU and Clemson, and I want to hear from you in the chat on this one for sure. I think this is one of the handful of big games here. So far under Kelly, 29 wins and 11 losses for LSU straight up. They returned 16 players. They've got close to 70 starts on the offensive line. They've got Nussmeier. It's got to be one of the more respected quarterbacks in the country, coming back over 4,000 yards last season, 29 touchdowns, 12 picks. We know Nussmeier has a little problem with the picks. Kelly here, an underdog. He's 36-19-2 in his career as an underdog at LSU, just 4-3 ATS, however. Also, Kelly just 4-8 against the spread on the road so far with LSU. Clemson, what can you say? Are they back? Did they ever leave? Look, they're doing it Dabo's way, I think is what you can say when it comes to Dabo Swinney, right? He was at first kind of reluctant to change. And he still might be a little bit reluctant for fully going all in on the portal. He wants players who want to play for him. But, who does want to play for him? Cade Klubnik with 28 career starts, veteran team here, 17 returning starters. That's pretty good. They have plenty of returners on the offensive line, over 135 starts on that offensive line. Clemson just 11-14, last 25 is a home favorite against the spread, and just 6-14 against the spread in non-league games. Although, it could be argued that some of them are those typical cupcakes that come in a little bit, and maybe Clemson has laid some big numbers. Clemson just 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games against the SEC. This is the first meeting between these two teams since before the pandemic. Let's go to the chat here in this one. We got a good one here with LSU and Clemson, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific time. The widely reported steam did come in on LSU. Currently, we're showing 4-57, pretty much right there. What you see here, widely reported steam also came in on the over here in this one. What do you have? Let's go to it. LSU, Clemson, chat all-stars. Arthur likes LSU. Blue likes LSU. Hello to Chase. And can LSU finally win a week one game? Chase, thank you for being a chat all-star today. And Lee Anthony likes Texas. We talked about it. And Jim's on Clemson. Doge likes Dabo. Nine Legacy says LSU is his favorite Tiger here today. Gotcha there. Right. A few more here, I think. Jerry's here today. He likes Clemson in this one. He'll split it. I think he means that. I think he's actually going, some 3 and some 3.5. Jimmy likes Clemson. Andrew's giving us the soccer rush. I want to go to the goal rush here right now. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but if I could just put on the goal rush while I'm doing the show here, is Clemson for Bobby Mack. Just bear with me here real quick. I want to get the goal rush on, if you know what I mean. All right. That's going to do it from the chat. It looks like in this one, I'm on the Clemson Tigers here for sure. There's my pick in this one. Okay. Oh, come on, Goal Rush. Where are you? I don't want to keep you guys. Sorry about that. But I've got to know what's going on in the Premier League while we're here. I think that's the way to do it. No, I'll go with let me go with the 3-pack. All right. Missouri State injuries coming in here, and wide receiver James Blackstrain. Thumb injuries questionable today versus USC. Hello to Will in the chat. Happy college football Saturday. MT here says Florida State will cover. Sir Mackey back in the fold there for football. He likes FSU on the money line. Hello, Sir Mackey. All right, next up. We got a few more here, and then we'll go to baseball, but really loving the college football today. I wish we could do more. Little steam coming in right now. All this added board steam. Let me cover them real quick, you guys. I don't want to I know it's a lot. Not everyone's into the added board, but look, you've had all week to preview these other games, and this is late-breaking information, and a lot of people want to look at these games. So many of them on ESPN Plus. So LSU quarterback here, Michael Van Buren, the backup. He's questionable today here against Clemson. We could have given
final.
Eurobasket final, Belgium 71, Iceland 64. All right, so Furman taking the steam here against William and Mary, a closely rated game. Furman was getting 1.5. This one's close to a pick-em now here with that steam on Furman against William and Mary. Also, Abilene Christian and Tulsa steamed to the over with ACU and Tulsa. I think we just mentioned that side there. Steam coming in, Central Connecticut in their game today against Connecticut. They were 28.5. Now they're 25.5, I believe, here. Central Connecticut taking the steam. All right. Also here, the Giants just took some steam in their game with the Orioles today with Seymour going up against Rogers. Baltimore's a road favorite, but maybe not anymore. The steam is coming in here right now on the Orioles.
System play.
All right. Clemson wide receiver Juju Preston, he's questionable. Running back Jay Haynes and tight end Ian Shefflin are out, and wide receiver Adam Randall, he's probable against LSU. All right. As expected, former top 5 overall recruit Dante Moore will be Oregon's starting quarterback today. Here's some added board steam. BMI and Navy getting some steam here to the under. It was 53. This one's heading down lower top of the board here on the added board. This one's going to be heading down close to 51, it looks like, with BMI and Navy. All right. You guys are already commenting on the next game, and I've got to get it going here with Georgia Southern taking on Fresno State here in this one. Let's see what you have and what I have. Here in the this matchup today. Want to get this line correct here too, you guys. Sorry about the lot going on. I hope I'm not too sketchy here with all the information that I want to give out. Okay, for Georgia Southern here currently 1.5 and 49.5. Much to do about nothing. That's the same line. Georgia Southern's won 8 of their last 12 games overall, but 4-2 against the spread on the road. For Fresno State, 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games. They've dropped 5 of their last 6 coming into this one. Fresno last couple of years here, 13-3 straight up at home. So what do you have here when Georgia Southern comes in to the Valley to take on Fresno State tonight? I'll go to the chat All-Stars here in this one and see what you have. Tell you this one is in this one. I do have the total here is a premium play with the Win Club. So I'm not going to go too into this one, but let's see what you got here. All right. Here's Arthur. He was early on this one. He said Georgia Southern. William likes Fresno here. Thank you, Will. D-Money, Georgia Southern. Like this video and smash it. Robert likes Georgia Southern. He also likes the under here in this one. Jimmy likes the under. And he also... Blue likes the under, and Jimmy likes Georgia Southern on the money line. All right. Hey, Pittsburgh is taking some steam on the added board. I don't want you guys to look like I'm such a fool with my big old sheet today, but Pittsburgh is taking the steam. They were 37.5. They're up to, looks like 39.5 right now for Pittsburgh today in their matchup with Duquesne. In fact, I'm seeing 40.5 right now. Big time steam here on Pittsburgh over Duquesne in the Battle of Pittsburgh on the Morning Steam Show. A's slugger Nick Kurtz is questionable today for the game. All right, next up, Cal is going to be taking on Oregon State. A couple of teams that didn't make it to the ACC, Cal, but I mean, Oregon State and Cal, they were kind of like left to hang when all the teams went for those conferences. At least Cal got in the ACC. All right, let's see what you got, though, here in this one with Oregon State favored here tonight. We're into the late games already. Are you up late on the East Coast tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 Pacific for this one? Oregon State, 1.5. Total, 49. For the Bears here, they've lost 7 of their last 10 overall, but Oregon State's lost 6 of their last 7. Oregon State closed just 2-6 against the spread last season. Cal's covered just 2 of the last 6 games against the Beavers overall. Hats off to these guys for finding a way to play, right? Could have went in and took on any old team there. Ernie Clement's questionable today for the Blue Jays. And Barshow is also questionable today. Churio's questionable for the Brewers today. All right, let's see what you have in this one with Cal and Oregon State. I'll get ready to make my call as well. I think this is the last game on the board, not the last game in our preview or the last game on the list because of the time, but a few picks from you guys here. We've got Arthur is on Oregon State. Thank you again, Arthur. Doing a great job for us. Sir Mackey, like Tulane in the first half. Back in that other game, here's a blue on Oregon State. D-Money is on Oregon State. The widely reported steam did come in on Cal. Oregon State opened 3 for the most part and down to 1.5 here. All right, and one more. Chase is Chase is doing his fantasy. Yeah, he's doing his fantasy here. Caleb Williams, DK, Laporta, draft them all. Some great players there. Here is Cal Moneyline. Will likes Oregon State, or does he? Thank you, Will. Great to see you today. All right, I think that's it. I think I got to make my call here. I don't think I can go any further. I'm trying to track down a match here. All right, and for me here with this one with Cal. Oh, hold on. Got some steam coming in right now on that added board once again. Washington State is taking the steam here right now. Minus 14 and a half here today. Washington State is taking the steam here right now. In their matchup. All right, I'll just have to leave it at that.
Steam play.
Merrimack also taking the steam here right now at plus 7, plus 8 or so, plus 7. Merrimack in their matchup today, taking the steam here against Kent State. It's all the way down here to 4.5. Look at this move from 7 to 4.5. Merrimack here is taking the steam. All right. Here we go. A few more plays from you guys in this one. Sir Mackey does like LSU here. Here comes some more early steam here. Georgetown. We already mentioned that total moving higher against Davidson. Georgetown taking the steam here at plus 2.5. All right, for me, Cal taking on Oregon State here today, and I gotta get my play in. Too many games for me, folks. I think I've already lost my mind here. And the fact that week 1 has so many time changes, I think it's got me a little bit flummoxed on this 8 o'clock game. I'll just have to scroll down here and get my play off the script. 10:30. Oh yeah, that's why. Okay, I got it. 10:30 Eastern here. All right. And for me, I'm going to take Oregon State here in this one at home against Cal. All right. Maybe I was thinking the wrong thing there, right? All right. Jermaine took the Merrimack today. One more here. Utah taking on UCLA tonight. And, hey, maybe UCLA isn't all that bad. I don't know. For Utah, they were 5-7 last year. It was their first losing season in several years, right? Man, you usually don't see that from Utah, but first losing season in basically 10 or 11 years coming in. Now, Utah does have 17 starters returning, over 110 starts on the offensive line returning as well. They have a pretty good quarterback, and Dampier, of course. He played at New Mexico, started a season there. Whittingham just 28-34-1 as a road favorite, and Utah just 1-6 against the spread last season as a favorite. Utah also just 5-10 in their last 15 non-conference games. UCLA was 5-7 also last year, so their streak of winning seasons ended, but they returned 11 starters. A lot of transfers on the offensive line. Now, they're veterans, and they have nearly 100 starts between them, but I think 3 of them are transfers. They've got Nico. Nico's here at UCLA. Now, I think for a lot of people, they're like, did he just go, he gets closer back. He should have never left. He should have never went. He should have been here Wine Time, are you there? He might be over on his other show. We got UCLA, but you know what? Nico should have never went anywhere. He should have stayed in whatever he wanted to do. Just stay closer to home, whether it was going to be UCLA or SC or Arizona. I mean, Nico should have been here on the West Coast. That's where he needed to be. It was just a little bit too much, I would say, to be honest, with Nico. But he's started now at UCLA. This might work out after all for the Bruins. UCLA 6-3-1 against the spread, last 10 as a home underdog. They were also 6-3-1 as an underdog overall last year. I mean, they were an underdog a lot, let's face it. All right. Also, Bruins in the last 10 years, 10-20 against the spread in non-conference games. Utah has won and covered 6 of the last 7 games in this series, and they've covered 3 out of the last 4 trips to the Rose Bowl against the Bruins. And obviously, this is a former Pac-12 matchup. Okay, let me get your picks here in this one with Utah and UCLA. Has the line gone too far? This one opened 3.5 or so, all the way up here to 5.5. The total is 50.5. Go ahead, chat all stars. I want to hear from you. When UCLA takes on Utah here tonight. This is our last game that we're previewing. If you have maybe a request or something, we can look into it. But let's see what you got here in the chat all-stars. We're going to move on to baseball, and we're not going to break them down. We're just going to be yelling out plays here pretty much. Steam coming in here. South Dakota and Iowa State. Getting reports of steam here to the over in this one with South Dakota and Iowa State. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to give out a play in this game. It's not on the total, but I am noting this. Steam to the over goes from 47.5 up to maybe even 48.5 or 49. I like South Dakota in this game. I might even sprinkle the money line. They're about a 2-touchdown dog. Last I saw, 15.5. See if I can track it down here real quick and see if the lines. We know it's moving already, obviously, on the total here. And it's up to 48, as I said. The line down to 14.5 at DraftKings. So, look, I like South Dakota. It's going to be a play right here on the Morning Steam Show. I like South Dakota. I'm going to sprinkle the money line today for South Dakota against Iowa State. We saw Iowa State. Great job. Got the win last week. See how they acclimate. And not only that, you're playing South Dakota. So it's going to be a pretty tough game, right? Okay, here we go. Scroll back here, guys. Jimmy's on Utah. Blues on UCLA. UCLA first half for Sir Mackey. Arthur likes UCLA. Blue likes UCLA there. Robert likes the under in this one. He also likes the Bruins. And Shannon's on UCLA here. Thank you for helping the gentleman with his NFL here today. You know where we stand here right now. Blues mad about the Dodgers. Yeah, no problem, Chase. We appreciate you in the chat, and hopefully our guys can help you out. And I did take Clemson. I'm kind of on Clemson. I'm kind of on Dabo here. It feels like this year. Okay. Anyways, for me here, let me get my UCLA and my UCLA and Utah pick here in this one. Like I said, has the line gone too far? The steam came in a little bit. You got an experienced quarterback like Utah. Looks like they're huge down there in the trenches, right? A little bit. So that feels like a pretty good thing there for sure. Let me make sure I don't give out the wrong play necessarily here with these two. Make sure I got the right action here. All right. And for me in this one, I got to take the Bruins here. Plus those points, I think it's just gone a little bit too far. I expect about a field goal maybe a little bit more than a field goal game. I'm going to have to take UCLA. The widely reported steam did come in on Utah. It came in on the over. All right. Thanks, everybody, for that. College football. All right. I mean, look, we could do it all. We could do it all with college football. I don't kid around, right? Just a bunch of chicken scratch, actually. All right, let's go to the major leagues here today and get back to, well, it'll be a little less hectic here maybe, but do want to cover the action. I have lined up every game, but we're not going to break them down too much, every team's won 5 of their last 6 and all that. We've got to get through the show here and get a move on. Make sure you join me for that show today over there on Nuke the House at 11:30 Eastern and 8:30 Pacific time. All right, for Priester and Gausman here, you got Priester still 11-2. He's still cooking, right, here. And Gausman, 8-10 coming in, 3.87 ERA. We probably will go over a few trends anyway to let you remind you who the hot teams are in here and all that. Just get set up here real quick. Could just go over the play, but all right. Brewers still have won 15 of their last 20 games on the road. They've won 6 of the last 9 against Toronto coming in. Toronto's gone over in 5 straight games at home, and they've gone over here Milwaukee in 4 of their last 5. Now, these guys have been clicking pretty good. Here's a little steam. Going to interrupt with Navy taking the steam here. Man, they're 41.5-point favorites here today. Not anymore. They're even more. I see Manchester United has just scored a goal here. Navy was a 41.5-point favorite here today, and they're taking the steam against BMI. They're up to 42 here right now on the Morning Steam Show. Navy taking that steam. All right. For me, I better just keep going here in this one and get these plays out here. I like the over in Milwaukee and Toronto with Priester and Gausman. Total is about 8.5 flat, and it's dropped just a nickel or so. Maybe the move's been on Milwaukee here. All right. We've got, looks like blue is on the over here. And Jermaine says, what about that 5 p.m. betting show that you guys had? Yeah, it's going to be we have a new show with my man Sean Fox Wednesdays at 5 p.m. And then the schedule's going to be we're going to be with Razor this season. Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays. We've got that covered. Tuesdays we've got Contender Series action. Fridays give you the day off. I'm covering high school football all night. Mikey getting ready for the weekend. And then Saturdays, we got the UFC. We're here with you every day, 6 days a week for nighttime coverage there. And who knows, maybe we'll end up with something on Friday. We'll be there once we get to the holidays and the bowl season. We'll probably be hooking up a little bit. All right, Jimmy's on the Brewers and Robert's on the Brewers here. Next up, we skipped the Tampa Bay game. Hopefully you got all that covered there. In that, look, I'll give you the play right now. Tampa Bay and Washington under. No graphic. It's Pepio and Irvin. If I looked at every game, you could make a case that every single game. Now they're probably Tampa Bay is like 7 out, so that they're probably the furthest away. That's why I skipped it. But every other game, as long as you're 6 games within the wild card, I mean, we got a month to go. You're in it. Marlins and Mets here. Cabrera taking on Peterson. The steam came in on Miami here. I don't know if it's $1.85 anymore, down to $1.70 maybe minimum. Move clearly on Miami here with Cabrera. I don't know if you guys are into it, but that's where the steam came in. Total here has dropped for sure. It looks like 8 under 15 or 7.5 under better put 8 under 20 because I'm seeing some 7.5s out there right now with Miami taking on the Mets today with Cabrera and Peterson. Cabrera, 3.32 ERA, 7-7 record. These two pitchers combined 17 and 29 to the under between these two pitchers here. So that sounds pretty solid, right? That could be an under here, but Peterson, 3.18 ERA, 8-5 record coming in. Go to the chat, All Stars. Let's see what you have. We're moving quickly here. Miami's lost 14 of their last 20. Mets have won 6 of their last 7 at home. Miami's gone over in 6 of their last 7. We'll see here what you got. With Blue is on the Mets. Arthur likes Tampa Bay. Arthur likes Miami. Thanks, Arthur. Arthur fitting right in like he knows what he's doing here on the Morning Steam Show, like he's been here every time. Thank you, Arthur. That's awesome. All right. Look, I think in this one, obviously, you got to kind of look towards the money line here. But, man, I don't think I'm not. Here's Jimmy liking the over in this one. Like I said, that steam did come in on Miami here today. So I like it. I'm chasing that steam. Give me Miami on the run line, though, here in this one. I'll take the Marlins. Next up, Pittsburgh's taking on the Red Sox here with Ovied. Ovied. I'm jacked up on some Ovied. Oviedo here going up against May, right? Kind of saw the news with May. I mean, we saw Buehler get released. How long before he signs with the Dodgers? Here's some steam coming in. Added board steam, you guys, with Northern Iowa taking some steam here. Minus 12.5 against Butler. They're going to be up to 14, it looks like. Steam coming in on Northern Iowa in their matchup against Butler today. Northern Iowa just took the steam from 12.5 to 14. Bucknell and Air Force. Steam to the over in this one with Bucknell and Air Force. Open 53, was 53.5. Looks like it went up to 54.5. Steam to the under, steam to the over here with Bucknell and Air Force. All right. Just keep with me, folks. Try to keep up here on the Morning Steam Show, right? I'm just basically reading off whatever news or information comes up next. I hope that's okay with everybody. Anyway, let me get Oviedo and May here in this one, Pittsburgh and Boston. For Oviedo here, 3 starts, 3.6 ERA, 194 batting average against. For May, he's 7-10 with a 4.79 ERA. So we'll see how it continues to treat May here in Boston. They're obviously counting on him to make an impact here with this team. Pittsburgh's actually hot. They've won 7 of their last 9. Coming into this one, Boston's won 4 of their last 5, although they've dropped 4 of their last 5 at home. Boston's gone under in 5 straight. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two have gone under. 8 of the last 9 between these two teams have gone under here at Fenway. Let's go to the chat here right now and see if anybody's got anything here. Blue is on the Sox. Toucan says Sox run line. I'm going with the under in this one. Give me the under with Pittsburgh and Boston. Next up, the Braves are taking on the Phillies. This one's a Sunday night game, I think, tomorrow. Sale's ready to go. He's ready to go, healthy and ready to go today. Sale here on the mound against Sanchez in this one. So you got Sale coming in here, 2.52 ERA. 1.16 whip, 234. Batting average against for Christopher Sanchez. He's 11-5 with a 2.66 ERA. These two pitchers are combined 16 and 23 to the under here this season. Let's see what you guys have here with Philadelphia, $1.40. Call it right now. Maybe $1.45. 7.5 under 20. Looks like Ramon was a little half asleep on the graphics, so I was whipping through them for sure last night.
System play.
All right, some steam came in on another added board game here real quick. Holy Cross and Northern Illinois. Steam to the under here with Holy Cross and Northern Illinois. It was 51.5. We're going to be down to 50. It looks like 50 here with Holy Cross and Northern Illinois. Yeah, looks like 50 or so. 50.5. 50.5 shade of the under at Bet Online. All right, Braves and Phillies here. It's over for blue. And I think that's it from you guys in this one with Atlanta and Philadelphia. All right, maybe we need to rattle off some trends, and maybe that'll get the wake you guys up here a little bit. For Atlanta here, they've won 13 of their last 20. Phillies won 7 of their last 8 at home. Phillies gone 6-1 in their last 7 games at home against the Braves right now. Braves here have gone 7-3 their last 10 on the road. Atlanta or Philadelphia here has won 8 of their last 12 coming into this one. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take the Phillies in this one. I'm going to lay it here. And the line service is sending out the Dante Moore news. I wasn't, I didn't have any inside scoop on that, or I did see it trickle across the bottom of the ticker. I think we knew that Moore was in there, right? Cardinals and Reds here. McGreevy taking on Abbott. And Abbott, a pretty big price, look, Abbott's great, but, maybe getting some mileage on him here a little bit this year. McGreevy feels like he's kind of getting a little bit stronger as the race goes longer. Let's see, though, here in this one with St. Louis. I mean, the numbers aren't great. We know that, 4.57 ERA, 3.05 BABIP, but Cardinals are 7-3 with McGreevy on the mound, those 10 starts. But the Reds with Abbott here, they're still trying to put the heat on right now, but they're just not quite able to break through, and now all of a sudden have lost 3 games in a row. And so the Mets are kind of getting a little bit cozy there right now. Reds a little bit shaky here when they need to be a little bit better than this right now. Abbott 2.62 ERA coming in. Cincinnati's lost not only 3 straight, but 7 of their last 8. St. Louis is 5-2 in the last 7 against Cincinnati. 9 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams have gone over, although 9 of the last 13 here in Cincinnati have actually gone under. Reds have gone under in 10 of their last 15 against the Cardinals, and Reds have gone under in 15 of their last 20 games at home. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game right now. The line currently is Cincinnati, favored by, minus $1.50-ish. Better call $1.45 at least. But
Final.
This is pretty close to the line for sure. And even the total there, maybe it's 8.5 under 15, but it's not much far from that. There we go. Cardinals and Reds. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one. Got some plays here, it looks like. Shannon Moore is on the Braves. Blues on the Reds. And Robert is on the under here. Yep. For me, in this one, I'm going to take the Cardinals on the road. Give me St. Louis in this one. Next up, Yankees taking on the White Sox with Schlittler. He's on the bump, taking on Smith of the White Sox. A widely reported steam did come in on the under here. Yankees about 220, and the total, though, 8.5. Pretty much everywhere, 8.5 over 15 maybe here. So that steam was pretty significant to the under here in this one, and that seems like a pretty good move, I would think. For Schlittler here, a 2.76 ERA for this rookie in 8 starts. Done a nice job here. 291 BABIP. Smith, 23 starts. Look, he's plugging along. I think there's a future for sure 3.7 ERA, 218 batting average against. Got some college steam coming in here on Richmond. Richmond is taking the action here. The steam is coming in right now on the Spiders at plus 7.5 here.
Final.
Today, Richmond taking on Lehigh. It was 7.5. Now it's 5.5 in this one, as Richmond is taking the steam here in this one. Moved from 7.5 to 5.5 just moments ago. Yep. Still can find some 7.5s out there if you hurry, if you're interested in taking a Richmond on this move here a little bit. All right. Okay. Oh, Schlittler, got to spell his name right. I mean, there's only one way to spell Schlittler. Hopefully no one caught that. Am I going to have an error in every graphic here so far? All right. We're not taking the White Sox anymore. The algorithm over here keeps giving me the White Sox every day. Maybe I'm a bad programmer, but I'm going to take the Yankees on the run line. Again. Here comes some plays. Let's see here. Blue was on the over. Keith Nerfy here in this one. Robert says, yeah, you know what? After all, I think I will take the Cards in that one, and I think maybe he said the under as well. Shannon did take the Reds. Did I get all those in? Blue on the Reds there. I think I might have rehashed those. We don't want to spend too much time. Let's go next. Angels taking on Houston here. And, man, the Astros have been clicking with the pitching in this series, no doubt. The Angels have maybe hit a little bit of a wall offensively. Got some steam coming in here right now on Iowa State. Iowa State's taking the steam here on some early action here. They were minus 14.5, but right now we're seeing Iowa State taking that steam here right now. And they're moving up to 15, maybe 15 here in that matchup. We already talked about it. So, I said take South Dakota, but the steam's coming back on Iowa State. All right, just wait. Hopefully I didn't send anybody off into a bad number there. I didn't know that was coming because I like South Dakota there. Remember, we said I'm sprinkling the money line today. Okay, here we go, though, with the Angels and the Astros. The Angels are running out of gas here, it looks like right now. Hendricks, 5.04 ERA. Arrighetti, 6.21 ERA in this one. But Houston just 1-5 with Arrighetti. But, man, they keep delivering here right now, does Houston. Maybe this one will be a little bit tougher with Arrighetti out there. Hasn't made too many starts, of course, so far. But Houston's won 6 of their last 8 overall coming in, and the Angels have dropped 10 of their last 13 on the road, 6 of their last 7 overall. Houston's gone under in 5 straight games right now. There's some steam coming in, Northern Arizona and Arizona State. This one's a little bit down the line anyway, but steam coming in here right now in this matchup between ASU and Northern Arizona. The over is the steam here in this one with ASU and Northern Arizona. Steam coming in on the over here. It was 50.5. We're up to 51.5 or more right now in this one with Arizona State and Northern Arizona. All right, hey, I got to make my call here in this one, I guess, with the Angels and the Stros. Go to the chat here and see what you guys have in this one. We've got here, Blue starts us off on the Astros here. Keith Just Truth says Astros and over. Yanks for Jimmy. You know Bill is on the Astros. Jimmy's on the Astros here. Robert's on the under. Will says the Astros are at a tough stretch. Look for them to get hot. I thought they were hot already, right? I mean, I thought they were kind of heating up here already. Way they got this dealing going on here the last couple of games. All right, thanks, Will, for that. All right, I better make my call. I better not be wrong in this one. I'll go with Will. I'll go with Houston. I'll go with Houston on the run line. Will's here today. Give me Houston on the run line here at -1.5 at +125. Probably a little higher, but I'll take Houston to roll again here right now. What's wrong? The Angels, they don't seem to be hitting. They don't seem to be hitting. I'm going to take the Astros on the run line. There might be some volatility in this game. All right, next up, going to be Padres taking on the Twins here. We already said the widely reported steam did come in on that over. It also came in on Minnesota here with Taj Bradley. What? Was Taj Bradley going to show up here all of a sudden? Bradley, 4.95 ERA, 1.31 whip. I don't want Minnesota when my Padres are hot with Pivetta. Pivetta comes in 13-4, 2.82 ERA, 2.28 BABIP, 187 batting average against. Heck no, I don't want any part of Minnesota here. You know, sometimes I trust that a move like this. It's only given me a discount on the Padres. They're down to about $1.50 here today total. 8.5. Like I said, steam came in on the over, but for the most part, it looks like 8.5 over 20 is a more respected line here. I'm going to move it down here a little bit, if you know what I mean. And the Padres at $1.50 here. I'll take the Padres. I got a few dogs in here, but I got to go with the Padres today. Come on. No homer. No homer. Padres to bounce back, says Will. All right. Looks like, see, you guys are already out of gas on the baseball, I think. Mariners and Cleveland here. You got Logan Gilbert going up against Gavin Williams. And, man, Gavin Williams, he just continues to plug along, keeps you in these games a little bit. 3.36 ERA, 2.15 batting average against. Logan Gilbert here. 103 whip, 209 batting average against. We know Logan Gilbert can bring it, but he just doesn't sometimes he doesn't get to the, all the way to the fifth inning. Logan Gilbert's 4-5 this season, but the Mariners are 12-7 with Gilbert on the mound. So we'll see here when you're going up against Cleveland team with that excellent bullpen. It does put you a little bit of liability. Gilbert goes out there, firing away with that 35% K rate. Williams has trouble with walks, no doubt about it, walking 12.5% of the batters, but hey, finds a way to get out of it. I'm going to go with the under here in this one with Seattle and Cleveland today. Give me the under. Nothing from the chat. Is this thing on? Oh, there we go. Robert's got the Guardians. Thanks, Robert. Helping me out, get some plays for everyone to look at. That's why you can listen to me give the plays, but hey, people, I flash them on the screen, give people see what the everybody's on, right? Next up, Tigers taking on the Royals here. Flaherty, he's the favorite on the road in this one at $1.20 or so. Total 9 flat. Does feel like it for sure here for Flaherty. Comes in here with a 4.87 ERA, 2.41 batting average against, but 3.11 BABIP. Say it time and time again. The Tigers are 22 games over 500. Flaherty, the Tigers are 8-18 with Flaherty on the mound. So we've said it again, right? To basically a third of the losses have been with Flaherty on the mound. For Kansas City, they got Kolek here on the mound, the former Padre pitcher, 4.18 ERA coming in. And for the Tigers here coming into this one, they've right now lost 4 of their last 5. Kansas City's won 10 of their last 13 at home, although they've lost 6 of their last 7 at home to Detroit. Kansas City's gone over in 6 of their last 9 games coming in. So let's see what you've got here. Tigers taking on the Royals here today. We're cooking along here, having a great time on the morning steam. All right, so I'll go to the chat here. It looks like this one's got a few more calls here. Oh, you guys are just picking up on, I know I'm going fast, you guys. Jimmy's on the Guardians back there. Shannon's on the under. That might be the Guardians game, I think. Guardians, Mariners, neither team. Take the Guardians. Mariners haven't been great on the road. Jermaine's on Detroit over. And Shannon's on the over. It might be this one, I think. Jimmy's on the Tigers here. And Will says the Royals, they're trying to make a run. Can they do it? This was actually, I know Will's saying it like that, but, they made it because they're only 3 games back. And of course, we know Detroit's been hot, but the Royals have won 2 straight right now. They're the closest team to Seattle now. Robert's on the Tigers, and Will says the Royals are a good dog here today, it looks like. I agree, Will. Give me the Royals here in this one. Next up, Boston taking on Baltimore taking on San Francisco. We already said that steam came in on the Giants. We know this line's probably going to need a little updating. Right now, Baltimore, they're down to maybe $1.20. And the total's up here. I didn't see any steam on it, but it is up to 8 under 20, it looks like. Yeah, everywhere it's 8 under, at least 8 under. So it's moved higher for sure. Hey, a little bit of breaking news here right now. Tennessee offensive tackle David Sanders Jr., he is out for today's game against Syracuse. Sanders will not make the lineup for UT today in their game against Syracuse. All right, let's hear from you guys in the chat in this one with Rogers going up against it is Seymour here, right? Yep. Okay, Rogers, he's been incredible, of course. 1.4 ERA. It's been 13 starts now. 171 batting average against. Rogers continues to impress here, and I think that's why he's earned the favoritism here against the Giants. The Giants are playing well. The score was yesterday was 15-7 or something like that. I think they were playing, was it the Ravens and the Niners? The old dumb football score joke, but it may be inappropriate for once. Baltimore's dropped 5 straight. Giants have won 6 straight here, including 5 straight at home. Baltimore's lost 6 of their last 9 against San Francisco. Baltimore under in 5 of their last 6. 4 of the last 5 between these two have gone over. A little bit tricky here because Rogers has been so dominant, and Seymour, we'll see, right? I mean, jury's still out, obviously. You're not going to get much out of Seymour, it appears here, but maybe he can be effective here.
Final play.
Got some steam coming in here with the added board again. Maine and Liberty. Steam here to the under. It was 52. We're going down to 51 here. Maine and Liberty. Steam to the under on the added board here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, let's see what you guys have here with the Orioles and Giants. Man, Rogers has been so good, but the Giants, you know what the Giants do? They win when they are out. That's when they play well. When they're toast now, that's when they start playing. I'll take the Giants here in this one. Giants still got a very effective bullpen. And it didn't matter yesterday. I mean, that game was just out of control. Cubs and Rockies here. Javier Assad on the mound. He's up against the Rockies and Brown. For Assad, 3 starts, 3.86 ERA, 273 batting average, 296 BABIP for Brown here. Just made his first start, got hit pretty hard. Cubs have won 5 straight against Colorado. Colorado's dropped 7 of their last 8 overall. Algorithm says take Colorado. jacked up prices on the Cubs. You're not really getting any. You're not getting your money's worth here. If you take the Cubs, I get all that. I'm on the morning steam show, and I got to make some picks. I got the Cubs here in this one, -1.5 at -$1.40. Got to take them. Just going to take them. I mean, look, I could maybe give out a total here and be happy with it, but come on. We already know the Rockies were tanking the season, but they're doubling down on that. Colorado's gone under in 5 of their last 6. 13 of the last 20 between these two teams have gone under here. I would figure this one's going under. The widely reported steam came in on the under. Let me do it. I'm going to go under here also. Double play. We do double play here right now in football season. I'm going to go under. Give me the Cubs on the run line and the under in this game. Come on. Cubs aren't going to do anything. Rockies. All right, just not much from the chat here in this one. We've got Jimmy on the Cubs run line. Got 75 if you're watching here right now, so I'm hoping we got some more plays before we run out of time here on the show. Diamondbacks and Dodgers here with Rodriguez on the mound going up against Glasnow here in this one. And, big favorite, of course, for the Dodgers here. They'll probably just pick on Arizona this weekend. Jerks. For Rodriguez here is Abel, you there? Dodgers 5.67 ERA for Rodriguez coming in. Arizona 15-8 to the over with Rodriguez on the mound. He's at a 301 batting average against. Is he the left-handed Sandy kind of? He's never coming back. Dodgers here right now leading with this 4-game winning streak. Now leading the Padres here still by 2 games in the standings. So it's going to be tough to catch them, I know. For Glasnow, 3.36 ERA is 4-8 to the under in 13 starts. Has just 1 win, 183 batting average against, 228 BABIP. Looks like a total mismatch on the mound here, and why wouldn't it be? Dodgers have won 6 of their last 7 at home. Arizona was hot at home there a little bit. They've won 7 of their last 10 coming into this one. Dodgers have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games against Arizona coming in. I'm sure the Dodgers will crush them today. Come on. Shannon's on the Dodgers run line. Jimmy says this is the spot to grab this money line here today. Maybe it is, but I'll take the Dodgers on the run line. All right, one more here, and it's going to be the show's almost over. Rangers and the Athletics with Merrill Kelly on the road here going up against this rookie here in Barnett. All right, let's take a look here with these two if we can. Oh, last game up here. Merrill Kelly, 27 starts, 3.2 ERA, 105 the whip for Mason Barnett. This is his major league debut, a 3rd-round pick in 22. Did have a 5.83 ERA in the minor leagues this season. Here's a little bit more steam real quick with Chattanooga and Memphis. And we're seeing the steam come in here on the under in this one at 55.5 between Chattanooga and Memphis. It was 56.5, but the steam came rolling in, and we're down to 54.5 or maybe even lower here with Chattanooga and Memphis. Memphis, a 4-touchdown favorite in that one. All right, so Texas has been mashing here of late, and they're in West Sacramento here, right? So it is up to $1.40 or so in the total, 10.5. Oh, look at this total's gone down to 10.5 under 20 on some widely reported steam. That's a big half-a-run move for sure. All right, and there we go. 10.5 under there with the Rangers and the Athletics here. All right. That's not a bad price. I mean, they're definitely going up here. I mean, look, can I really want the Athletics right now with the Rangers, the way they're batting there this past week? They've been scorching. And now the bullpen hasn't been great for the Rangers. We know that. But, man, Texas has been mashing bad teams, it feels like. We tried to fade them yesterday, and it went over. I figure the Rangers will probably mash again. Give me the Rangers here on the money line. I know I ended the show with a lot of chalk here. Let's go to the plays. We got 4 in the WNBA real quick. No analysis. You can check me out on the 2-3 zone to get the WNBA kind of breakdown and analysis over there. It's a night card today, so you got plenty of time to get your WNBA, and I'll have a play or two on the premiums there at the Win Club. We've got with Robert here's on the under. Mike says under. Robert's on the Rangers, and Jimmy says take the A's. Thanks, you guys. Great job today on baseball. All right, here we go. Lynx and Sun. Mismatch here for sure, but look, we know how many times we have to say it. The Lynx have nothing to play for. Technically, if they lost every game, and I believe, maybe not anymore. I didn't check it today. We got such a busy schedule. I think if they lost every game and the Aces won every game here, the last handful of games, they could finish, I don't know, was it tied or maybe they could, but it was not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Look, they're a 13-point favorite here today. I said 14 on the screen, but it's definitely gone down. And can you kind of feel what I'm saying? Especially with the Sun, out of these bad teams, they're the one team that it does feel like they're trying, maybe because they were so bad and the team's getting sold. They're moving. They're not getting sold. They're not. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But nonetheless, here, what do you guys have in this one between the Lynx and the Sun? If you want to comment, like I said, I'm just going to go over the picks here a little bit. Get my picks over there on the 2-3 zone show. All right, I got to go over in this one with Minnesota and Connecticut. There's Shannon on the Sun saying what we talked about there. Mystics and Valkyries here. Valkyries favored here by 5, maybe even 4.5 right now. The Mystics are kind of taking the action here. Valkyries have kind of stumbled a little bit here. Looks like they may get into the playoffs. Right now, I mean, they're on the inside looking like they can hang on. They're in 8th place, but they're 2 games ahead of the faltering Sparks here right now. Sparks just lost that game last night. Did you see Kelsey Plum? I mean, I know she gets a lot of goofy fouls, but when they gave her a foul for basically hadn't even checked in the game, I think they were going a little bit too far there. All right, 4.5 here, and total here, 151-ish. All right, let's see what you got here with Washington and Golden State here today. This league right now, it's like expect the unexpected is what it feels like, doesn't it? I mean, maybe it's just because I'm in not had a very good a month of August in this league, that's for sure. Shannon's on the under. Robert says you got to take some Valkyries here today to kind of get it done. The way things are going, I've got the under here in this one. If you're supposed to do the opposite, I think, with all due respect, and I'm on with Shannon, but I think it's supposed to be a sharp move under, and then. All right, Sky and Storm. Storm favored here by 11, maybe 10.5 right now. Total 162.5. So Storm, they've survived. It feels like they've survived the onslaught. They're in 7th, 2.5 clear of the Sparks right now, and they're big favorites, so they should get this win. Sky are playing a little bit hard here down the stretch. They're certainly out of everything, right? Long been eliminated, but let's see how you have it here in this one. Can you consider right now Seattle trying to fight their way, make sure they get the playoffs, and maybe even finish in feels like 7th place or so, it feels like. That's where they're at right now. They're only a half a game back of Indiana, however. All right, anything in the chat, let me know here in this one. Seattle's so inconsistent. I mean, I got to take Chicago here. Seattle just cannot. They do exactly what they're not supposed to do, it feels like. Shannon, though, is on the Storm. Thank you, Blue. Take care. We're done with the show. One more game, Liberty and Mercury here with the Mercury. This is the big one here, right? These two teams are right next to each other in the standings. And not only that, it's the 4-5. So, like I said, you don't want to play all your series or from the road. The Liberty might have to, or the Mercury might have to. One of these two teams is probably going to come in fourth. Phoenix, they could, these two, they could chase down Atlanta or Las Vegas, but remember, we're running out of games here. And the way this league's going. All right, let's hear from you if you want it. The show is over. Thank you, you guys. Have a great day here. And catch me over in a few minutes here on the Nuke the House channel with a little more college football action. Be looking forward to that. And a few more plays as well. So stay tuned. All right, for me in this one with the Liberty. Oops, let me get the got some steam here right now. Oh, finally a major big board game getting some steam. UTSA and Texas A&M steam coming in to the over right now. Oh man, I like this over. It's gone up here to 58. It's on the rise. The steam comes in on the over. I like the over. Give me the over if you would before the line gets too far ahead of me. I like the over in this one with UTSA and Texas A&M today. It's up to 58.5 maybe here right now. All right. Let me make a play here with this one with the Liberty and Phoenix here. And for me, let me get my note here. I'm going under here in this one with the Liberty and Phoenix. I've got the under. No, it's a little bit of a rehash there, but I do have a premium there. So, okay, that's it for the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here. Don't forget, get more action from me over at winnable.com. I've got a 5-pack of plays lined up there right now, and you'll get more as well. So go over to winnable.com/Ramon, and we'll do a drawing here right now to see who gets free plays from me. If you like them anyway, get signed up. If you win this contest, this drawing, use the promo code STEAM, and you're going to get 1 month of plays from me for free. All right, here we go. Thank you, everybody. Great job. Cash Cane, Wine Time, D-Money, Lando, Stop Geo, Shannon, Jerry, Nick, MT, and the winner is Chase. Oh, Chase, I'm so glad you won. You were doing a great job there earlier. I don't know if you're there anymore, but if you want, Chase, go over to winnable.com/Ramon, use the promo code WINNER, and get 1 free month of plays from me. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. And we'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, with more Morning Steam. We'll be going a little bit slower tomorrow. Shannon went over in the Phoenix game. Robert took the Mercury. And we do have some steam coming in here as we send it on out of here with the Citadel taking the steam here right now. The Citadel was a 31.5 point underdog against North Dakota State. But, man, they are it's going down, down, down here. They're taking the Citadel against North Dakota State. Do they even know what's about these teams? It's down to 30.5 here right now. Not too big of a move. Steam is on Citadel against North Dakota State. All right, I'll give it one last second to see if we got any late breaking news, but that's going to do it here on the Morning Steam. Appreciate everyone, and we'll be back tomorrow with more. This is where I usually plug the UFC stuff, right? So we're out. All right. That's going to do it for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott. running so hot. Sports make money and we make money betting with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. Ramon Scott, sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to